What's up, guys? Today, I'm gonna do a review on Raw on Netflix. This was a bad show. I think you guys know this was a bad show. So let's break down everything that happened tonight. So grab your popcorn, roll your blunts. Alright, we're gonna start off with Michael Cole. He has to remind us that WWE was in South Carolina fucking, 25 years ago or some shit. Nobody cares. And I don't think nobody really is interested into that shit. Let's just be honest, right? They do another recap of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Uso. You know what I'm saying? Because the main event is going to be Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. You know, I still don't understand why Jey Uso has like three opponents at the same fucking time. Like, really, man. So, hey, Jey Uso has a lot of eyes on him. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't like it. Right? All the wrestlers started fucking entering an arena, right? They all started walking into the arena like we're supposed to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? With so many wrestlers coming in, Michael Cole has to hype us up again about this shit. That's what I don't like about Netflix. They have to hype us up about people coming in the arena. Nobody cares, all right? Anyways, we start off with Logan Paul. He comes out looking like an Archer guard up in this bitch, a security guard. You know what I'm saying? He starts yapping about Jey Uso, talking about him being champion and all this other shit, right? So he starts bitching and all this other stuff, right? And he talks about how he knocked him out twice, right? Nothing has been progressed there. Nothing has been accomplished, right? So I don't know. It's the same old Logan Paul. Oh, fuck all you fans. I'm gonna shit on everybody, and everybody booing him because everybody hates this guy. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't give a fuck about this damn promo. Gunther comes out and says absolutely nothing. He says, I'm going to be world champion and I'm going to face either you or Jey Uso at fucking June 9th in Arizona, right? He says, you're not a serious champion. I am the future. You're not the future. I'm going to run this shit, right? He said, this is very personal to me. If you get in my way, it will be some problems. Great. Nobody gives a fuck. We don't need to know this shit. Like, obviously, Gunther's going to throw a temper tantrum if things don't go his way. You know what I'm saying? So Logan Paul starts talking shit. When Gunther walks out, he says, why are you walking away, man? What's up with you? Jay comes from behind and starts to super kick him. Super kicks him right in his jaw. Jay Uso says, I'm going to see you Saturday, Us. And I'm going to see you June 9th, Us. You same old shit, right? Nothing new, same old shit, right? But at the same time, he knocked you out twice, so why not? Why not go and punch Logan Paul in his mouth, right? Up next, we have fucking Roxanne Perez and Julia from last week. They lose their tag team match, right? Roxanne is signed the Raw, and Julia is on SmackDown. Now, why are they broken up? And there's been no explanation about what's going on. So I'm not understanding why they're being separated here. Is it why? Because they lost a tag team match and all this and that? I don't know why. That's a bunch of nonsense, right? Now I understand Raw and SmackDown need new stars, but let's be honest, why are they being broken up? WWE does all these stupid ass beat ups and choices, like with the Undertaker attacking The Rock, you know what I'm saying? And John Cena attacking Roman Reigns last year. What was that all about? What was all that about? Explain that to me. Exactly, because WWE doesn't know what the hell they're doing, right? Up next, we have Jey Uso. He runs into Paul Heyman backstage, and Paul Heyman says Logan Paul wants to talk. Logan Paul wants to talk facts, right? I would like to talk facts. I didn't betray nobody. The fact is, Braun Breaker doesn't want to be champion, and the fact is, and here's the other fact. Like, shut the fuck up. Paul Heyman says absolutely nothing, but he runs into Jey Uso, which makes no fucking sense. I just don't get it. Whatever, man. These guys say absolutely nothing. So yeah, let's move on. And up next we have AJ Styles and Penta versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and JD McDonough. This is a lot of back and forth and shit. I really wasn't into this fucking match. It's really boring as fuck. And then eventually, who fuck hits a moonsault? Man, I wasn't even really into this match. Let's be honest, because there were like too many commercials. And then eventually Chad Gable comes in and pokes fucking Penta in his eyes, and Finn Balor gets the win. Like, really, every match that's been happening lately, it's been ending with an interference or somebody getting DQ'd. Why? How the fuck you expect me to see this shit if it's being ended in DQ every fucking week? You see what I'm saying? It's a bunch of nonsense, right? So up next, we get to Becky Lynch. She runs into Io Sky. They talk about nothing. And Becky Lynch comes walking from the backstage arena, right? The backstage area for her entrance. Why? You know what I'm saying? We get to commercial break. I have a huge problem with this commercial break entrance time being cut, right? We get to a Seth Rollins and Logan Paul promo, right? Seth Rollins says, tonight, I will make sure Jay is hurt for good. And you don't have to worry about Jay Uso, right? Like, literally. Who gives a fuck? I don't know what the hell this promo was all about. Like, what's going to happen next? Jay Uso's going to get his dick sucked by Logan Paul or Seth Rollins? Let's be honest. I don't want to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to see a qualifying match. Becky Lynch, Natalya, and Roxanne Perez. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even see the entrance of Roxanne Perez or Natalya because of the fucking commercials and this stupid ass promo. Now, I really didn't have this energy into this video when I started it. You see my energy's getting up now, right? Because I don't understand this entrance time being cut. It doesn't make any sense. But anyways, we have a boring ass match, right? Literally, Lyra comes in to attack Becky Lynch, costs her the match, and Roxanne wins the match, and she will go to Money in the Bank. Great. I don't mind if Roxanne wins. She earns this shit. She earned the Elimination Chamber win. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, so in my personal opinion, she deserves this. Anyways, Jey Uso then runs into Sami Zayn in the locker room. Sami Zayn says, I got your back. I will handle that, all that shit you got going on Saturday. And basically, this is just a waste of my time. Again, a bunch of promos that don't make any fucking sense and nobody wants to see. Up next, we have Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. Now, this is some bullshit right here. I got a few things to talk about here. Number one, the promotions and the commercials really pissed me off. They said this is promoted by Cash App. Like, shut the fuck up. Michael Cole has shoved down our throats that this match is presented by Cash App. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. I just want to see Sheamus squash the dude. Well, instead, I want to see Sheamus should be facing somebody else. Why isn't he facing nobody else? You know what I'm saying? Why isn't he facing somebody else? Why is he facing Grayson Waller? You know what I'm saying? He's facing nobody. Ain't nobody. And then I have Austin Theory standing there like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Let his tag team partner get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Literally, during this fucking entrance thing, right? And all this other shit, right? We get to the entrance thing, right? We have a replay of John Cena versus Michael Cole. I love this match. It was really embarrassing for Michael Cole. John Cena was pouring barbecue sauce on this dude. And Anna Pierce announces Akira Tozawa versus Rusev next week. You know what I'm saying? We all know Rusev is going to murder Tozawa in seconds. Basically, he kicks out Chad and New Day and fucking Ivy Now out of his office after they wanted matches against each other. So we're probably going to see the War Raiders versus the New Day coming up in the future. You know what I'm saying? Great. Nobody wants to see that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we get to the match. Like basically he starts squashing Waller. You know what I'm saying? And then basically he gets clothesline before we hit the commercial break. Everybody starts chanting Austin Theory, knowing that Grayson Waller is a jobber and nobody cares about this dude. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with Austin Theory, but Austin Theory is a jobber too. He's boring as shit. You know what I'm saying? So basically Waller gets slapped 10 times in his chest, right? He gets kneed to the jaw from the top rope where he jumps at, right? And then Waller walks away, right? Tries to walk away, but then Austin Theory says, you can't quit, man. You're not going to quit, this and that. And then Waller gets beat up. Eventually, it gets broke hit. Basically, Austin Theory costs him the match, and Austin Theory was laughing and gritting and getting a little anxious and nervous as he was seeing what was going on. So, how many times do you have to tease us this fucking heel run or this turn or this breakup between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller? How many times do you have to tease us this shit? It is the same thing with fucking Tiffany Stratton trying to cash in her Money in the Bank every week on SmackDown or at the pay-per-view. It doesn't make any sense. So explain this to me. What is this? Where is this breakup and this tease up gonna take us to? Nowhere. It's just they're just gonna tease us every fucking week. Come on, man. This don't make any sense. Up next, we get a fucking interview with Tyrese Halliburton, right? A fucking basketball player, right? He talks about him being in the WWE 2K25 game. There's a new DLC package coming out, right? He was talking about fighting Jalen Bronson or whatever. There was a fucking SmackDown promo from last year, right? With these two, right? Like, nobody cares. It was a Madison Square Garden. Like, nobody's gonna give a fuck, really. They have a whole basketball thing going on, so really, do you think we care about seeing a celebrating match? They're probably gonna do some shit at SummerSlam. They're probably gonna do Tyrese versus Jalen at SummerSlam, and nobody's gonna really give a fuck. Let's just be honest, right? He says he loves Jey Uso, right? But he said he wants Logan Paul to win. Nobody gives a fuck, dude. But I'm not trying to disrespect dude here. I just don't like how Triple H here has to have these people say some bullshit that nobody wants to fucking see or nobody cares to hear about. You know what I'm saying? Up next, Kathy Kelly interviews Gunther. You know, she tries to tell Gunther, how do you feel about this world title situation going on? Who do you think is going to win Sunday? And then Seth Rollins interrupts him, right? Seth Rollins interrupts him. He says to fucking Gunther, he says, it's been a while, man. You did a great job with my world title. You had a great run and blah, 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 which is a fucking lie. Gunther did nothing with his championship. He barely defended the damn thing. He is boring as fuck. Really, he's boring as shit. He couldn't even main event at pay-per-view. So explain to me what Gunther did for this fucking championship. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Seth Rollins put in that work. Because he showed up consistently and defended that title in main events on Raw and in the second main event of pay-per-views. So make it make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? And while we have this whole situation, we have this whole fucking interview, we have a fucking interest time cutout. So we have the match Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark versus Kairi Sane. A returning Kairi Sane. You know what I'm saying? We all know Kairi Sane's going to lose. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows damn well Rhea Ripley's going to win. Because Zoe Stark gets injured during a commercial break. I hope she gets recovered good. I hope it's not bad. I hope it's not a bad injury. And I just hope it goes well, man. It is what it is. You know, these wrestlers put on a good performance. They try the best. They do the best they can, and they work their asses off, and they really entertain us, right? They try to entertain us. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are just boring as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But they just got to get better, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, I wish the best for Zoe Stark. But anyways, Rhea Ripley wins this match. This match is, like, boring as fuck out of my mind. Like, literally. Boring as shit. Literally. She wins the match, and she's going to forego to the Money in the Bank. So it's going to be Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, and Alexa Bliss. You know what I'm saying? Who I would put in this match would be, I don't know, man. I would just put Jade Cargill in there. Put Jade Cargill, Nia Jax, and Chelsea Green. It doesn't even matter, really. Because at the end of the day, Alexa Bliss deserves to win. And Alexa Bliss deserves to be champion once again. No doubt about it. Ugh. I'm fucking tired, man. This show. Man. We have a Rusev promo. He says, Tozawa, 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 Tozawa. Says you were trying to fit in your ego and listen to the fans. I tried to protect you, but I had to attack you. You were in my way. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is a boring ass promo. Like, we already know you're gonna squash Tozawa, 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 Tozawa. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody want to hear that shit, man. Damn. Anyways, we get to the main event. Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. Jey Uso starts smacking Braun around. In my opinion, this was a boring ass match. You know what I'm saying? He starts throwing him out the ring. He hits a suicide dive on Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker starts throwing Jey around. And then Jey Uso goes for the splash but gets slammed on his back. Braun Breaker yells at him and says, "You're a bum. He is a bum." And starts brawling with Jey Uso with punches. And Braun Breaker throws Jey Uso around and slams his head on the announcer's table. We hit to a second commercial, right? So this is like our second commercial during the match, which I already knew we were at a second commercial anyways, which doesn't make any sense, right? So basically, Paul Heyman causes him to match, tries to interfere. Jey Uso chases him, and then fucking Seth Rollins comes after Jey Uso when Paul Heyman's trying to act so tough. I don't understand why Paul Heyman's got to act so tough with Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. Like, he wouldn't even try to step up with Roman Reigns or John Cena or even Randy Orton. So I'm not understanding this shit, right? I don't like it. Unacceptable shit. So eventually Braun Breaker comes in and attacks Jey Uso, right? They all attack him and shit. And eventually Sami Zayn and CM Punk come out, right? They come out and they attack him. Attack Braun Breaker or Seth Rollins to end the show. Into the crowd, right? Which is not a bad ending, right? But still, this is a bad show. A bad fucking show. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a bad show. With meaningless ass promos that are not gonna take us anywhere. Why don't we see a brawl with Seth Rollins or I don't know, Gunther or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Why don't I see Sami Zayn and Jey Uso in a confrontation or some shit? Why don't we tease Sami Zayn being a heel? Why don't we have some crazy shit hyped up that's going on, right? Like Sami Zayn turning heel this Saturday, I don't see it coming, right? People are just forcing this shit to happen. And I don't like that shit. It's pissing me off. Because WWE doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And some of these fans don't know exactly what the fuck wrestling is. And don't know how storylines are. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would Jey Uso have 3 opponents at the same time? I'm still not understanding that. Make it make sense to me. Like really, this main event and this show is taking us nowhere. Literally. Saturday night main event is going to be the worst show of all time. And we know it is. Like literally. In my opinion, Netflix is going to get rid of Raw in a matter of time. Like really, we're going to be at 1 billion views by like literally next month. Just watch this. It's unacceptable. I don't like how WWE wants to do this bullshit ass excuse talking about we're in a boom period. Why? Because they're bringing basketball stars and shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Literally. What we need is more meaningless meaning promos. We need more brawls. We need more. You know what I'm saying? We need all that shit, bro. Come on, man. Bring it back in the time at least. But guess what? Triple H doesn't care because he's too damn rich and he just wants money from promotions and he's not going to listen to the goddamn fans. What makes you think we're going to want to see the same promo and the same match with people interfering in every fucking week? Every time the match ends, it's with an interference from somebody. Explain that to me. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. So this is why WWE is going to fail and we're not in a boom period. So explain to me 10 reasons why WWE is in a best period. We're in a boom period. Explain it to me.